The osprey is one of the birds that we see a lot here on the river, but you know, back when I was a kid, we never had them that much because of the DDT that we was using. They're mostly fish eaters, and the runoff of the DDT would get into the water, and it would make it when they ate the fish, it'd make it where their eggs would be brittle, to where they couldn't reproduce. But now we have them in good numbers again, and the osprey is probably the best fisherman out here. He can outfish anything that I've ever seen. He can catch fish whenever the river is muddy, when it's clear. He's just a good fisherman. But the osprey, you know, when they're nesting, the female does all the nesting. She'll sit on the eggs until they hatch out, and then the male will fish for her during that time period. He'll always stop. When he catches a fish, he always stops and eats the head off of it first to make sure the fish is dead, where it don't hurt the little ones whenever he brings it to her. It hurts the eggs or the little ones. Well, that is pretty, ain't it? Man, that is gorgeous. Right there, out in your trees, there is organisms and stuff that live in there that lives nowhere else but in them little cups of water that holds enough water, and you can take that water and scoop it out and put it on a microscope, and man, that thing look like monsters coming at you. I mean, they're weird looking.
Just its own system right there.
Yeah, its own little ecosystem right in that little cup of them hollows. But you can see the dwarf palmetto growing out of it. There's enough soil in water to grow that dwarf palmetto, either a bird or a squirrel or something, you know, deposit that seed up there. You'll see a lot of these cut off trees with them palmettos growing out of them. That is that's a red maple growing out of the cypress has encased that thing. I guess it's his best buddy. He likes it. But ain't that neat? Golly, that is. This is the Pascagoula River, and the Pascagoula River actually is getting a lot of attention now. It is the largest free-flowing river in lower 48 states, and all that means it don't have no dams on it, so it makes it pretty unique. You know, these swallowtail kites we've been looking at, they're just gorgeous animals. They're real elegant, but also they actually migrate down to South America, and they come from South America, but they actually breed and raise little ones here on our river. So that's a long distance, you know, migrating through. But to just sit here and watch them, they are just so neat, and they eat. Mostly what I see them eat is dragonflies. They love to eat dragonflies and small mammals, and maybe even your snakes or your lizards. And they hardly ever flap their wings. They just, one reason why they call them kites, they just glide just effortlessly on the wind there. Really neat to watch. Here that's got many species of trees growing out of it, and it's kind of like its own little micro habitat right there on that one little stump. You got some trees, you got some oaks growing out of it. You got, I'm not real sure what some of that is, but you probably got 5 or at least 5 to 10 species right there on that one stump. Another example of how your trees kind of, but look at the little shrubs growing out of this stump. You got another red maple growing out of it. You got this bald cypress. But look how neat that is. Man, it just looks like it's, man, that thing could talk and tell you some stories. Look at how old that thing is. Awesome.
How old do you think that tree is?
You know, this tree has been standing for thousands of years. These bald cypress, they're real slow growing, but they also, they use a lot of water. They say they use up to 36 gallons of water a day per tree. But these trees are so slow growing, and you see how it was hollow and everything, but still it's still surviving. I mean, look at it. It's still green. It's just amazing how something that old can actually still be around and surviving. That's what it's about out here. Nature is surviving. This is an oxbow lake. These oxbow lakes was formed when the river changed its courses, which river's always trying to find the shortest path, and usually it takes a, really maybe a hurricane or something really major to really affect it. But when it changed courses, then it fills in the head of these lakes, and it makes these oxbow lakes all up and down the river, which is very good fishing, good habitat for a lot of animals and stuff. Let's talk about a couple of these plants. We don't see this. This right here would be your swamp dogwood. And look at, you can see the flowers on it. It's not like the flowering dogwood you have, but this is the swamp dogwood. What's so unique about this is later in the fall, when the leaves fall off, this little bloom will get little blueberries that looks like blue pearls. And this stem will turn blood red, and it's just a gorgeous plant in the fall to see that blueberry and that red stem on it. It's one of the best jellies made. It comes off that mayhaw tree, and that makes a really good jelly. One that's really prized by a lot of people that live along the river.